Hey, good morning. How we doing? Good, I hope. I just wallowing some things around in my mind again. You know, I've told you before, liberalism carries the seed of anarchy and chaos. It just does. Liberalism carries the seed of rebellion. It's rebellion against things that have been established in the world for thousands of years. Liberalism is rebellion against truth. It's rebellion against honor. It's rebellion against justice. It's rebellion against uprightness. It's rebellion against respect. It's a rebellion against anything that is moral and just. I look at the Democratic Party people, and what's going on right now is pitiful. It is literally pitiful. These people, they let one little turd slip through the crack. One little mistake, one little this or that, and now they're dealing with the whole sewer. The Democratic Party has every damnable thing you can imagine in the world taking place in it right now. It's pitiful. It is literally pitiful. If America had two decent brain cells rubbing together between their ears, the Democratic Party would not get one vote in 2020. They would not get one vote. It's pitiful. It is literally pitiful, the things that are taking place. They waited for 22 months for the Mueller report. It didn't suit him. He was one of theirs. They were the ones that wanted him to do the investigation. They were the ones that put him in place. They were the ones that let him waste $25 million. They were the ones that set up the lie that got him in place. Them and the Clintons, they were the ones that got behind all this garbage. They were the ones that rubbed elbows with liberal media and got the liberal media working with them. They were the ones that have lied all through this. The liberal media, man, used CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, and NBC, and New York Times. They got behind this lie and they pushed it. They pushed it. They pushed it. They pushed it for 22 months. They pushed this garbage. They done their damnedest to get proof that Trump actually tried to manipulate, with Russia's help, to manipulate the election. They couldn't prove it. Why couldn't they prove it? Because the Democratic Party started it with a lie. They couldn't prove, a lie cannot be proved. It's impossible to prove a lie. Only thing you can do with a lie is lie with it. America, grow a brain. The only thing you can do with a lie is lie with it. It's pitiful what these people done. The Democratic Party, so help me, it's the party of poop. It's the party of poop, the party of sewer. Every damnable thing you'd imagine is going on within them. Listen, they are trying to smother out the American vote. These people are vile. These are vulgar, vile, vicious people. You've got to hear me, people. Share this post, people. Listen, share it with your family. Share it with your friends. Share it across state lines. Share the post. You have to realize you cannot give these people We cannot give them a benefit of a doubt anymore. I seen a post on Facebook a while ago. Someone, we want to. They talked about Abraham Lincoln when the nation was ripped apart and this and what. He went right across party lines and got a Democrat to run as a second with him, and he said he healed the nation. The Democratic Party was a little different then. It still had even they supported slavery, but they still had a little bit of moral left. It was a different people then. The Democrats were different. They were, like I said, they were behind slavery. They didn't want slavery stopped. They voted. Listen, the Democratic Party back there in that time, they voted against. They didn't vote. Listen, they didn't. Some of them didn't vote. Some of them didn't vote against giving the blacks rights or voting or whatever. They didn't vote in favor of the blacks. They just didn't vote. It was passed by Republicans. Listen, they were different then. They were different then. What's going on now, people, is literal evil. These people, the Democrats today in America, especially on the national level, they're not a whole lot different than radical Islam. As a matter of fact, they're making excuses right now for radical Islam. These Muslim representatives and stuff up there in Congress, the Democratic Party is giving them leeway, giving them slack. Instead of calling their hand and jab slapping them and having them removed, they're giving them slack. They are not much different than radical Islam, people. You have to realize that. They're attacking Christianity. They're attacking truth. They're attacking honor. They're attacking your rights. They're attacking... They're making excuses for illegals so they can come in and vote against you. If they can get enough illegals to vote against you, they'll smother out your vote. Bernie Sanders right now, oh, we need to let criminals vote. We need to let this. They're wanting any friggin' thing out there to vote. Well, who do you think they're going to vote for? Well, he's giving me rights even though I'm dirty. He's going to give me rights. I'll give him my vote. What is going on right now is pitiful, people. It's pitiful. Democratic Party shouldn't get one friggin' vote in 2020. If America's got two decent brain cells run together, they should not get a vote. The things that are going on are unreal. They're not pleased with Mueller's findings. All they're hollering impeachment. They don't have grounds for impeachment. What do you think's going to happen, people? We have just went through. Listen. We've just went through 2 years of lies, of work that couldn't get done because of lies. They would not work with the president. They resisted him on every hand. Every path he took, they resisted him. They just went through 2 years of that. You know, a president sets the direction of a nation. When Obama was in, he was the president. He was the legal, supposedly the legal. We know he's a fraud, but he was supposed to have got the vote to be president. But we know he's not a legal American citizen. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about he was the president. I didn't like it, but he had a majority of Republicans in Congress. They worked with him. He had some that rebelled against him because he's anti-American. He's a liar. He's a cheat. He's a corrupt person. But yet, Congress, even though it was majority Republican, worked with him the best they could because he's the leader. Look at what's going on now. I'm trying to make a difference, show you a literal difference right here, people. Explain to you a literal difference. Obama was anti-American, but he got help. Trump is pro-American, and the Democratic Party refuses to help him in anything. Very precious little have they helped him in. Very precious little. Even though he's fighting for the good of the nation. He's fighting for the American citizen. He's fighting for everything that made this nation what it is, to be great in the world, to be a moral, godly leader in the world. He's fighting for just happenings in America. And let that be portrayed around the world, that America can be a guide into a people, into the billions of people around the world that are in chaos and anarchy with radical Islam and socialism and everything else. The world is in chaos, people. It's in anarchy. We need Donald Trump. We need a moral leader. Donald Trump is trying to get us back to that leadership role, that we can try to get the world to reach for a higher standard. But the Democratic Party resists him, even though he is the president. They are resisting. Why? Why would they resist a man that is trying to, well, he spoke truth. Nobody can deny he hasn't spoke truth. Nobody can deny that. Things that he said back during his campaigning days and stuff to get in office. Things that he said, your news media is mocked and laughed. They done all this trash. We know for a fact now he was right. It's come out. It's out in the open. It's in the open. He was right. He spoke truth. Why are they resisting? The Democratic Party is attacking honor. It's attacking truth. It's attacking justice. It's attacking everything that should actually be upgirded and helped and supported. Why? Why are they doing that? People, this ain't no more Democrat and Republican. Get that garbage out of your head. It's not. It's not. This is good versus evil. This is actually good versus evil. Righteousness versus evil, or good versus bad. It's no more political. Don't let these people talk to you in this garbage as this is Republicans against Democrats. This is political. It's not. It's not, people. Every damnable thing in the world is raising its head up now. Every vile, vicious, damnable, corrupt idea in the world is screaming abuse, offensive. Everything in the world is screaming. Why? Let me tell you why. Because it had been given legitimacy. Barack Obama chose to be the face of evil. He chose to be the face of corruption and villainy. Isaiah 32, 5-8 will tell you what took place. God told me, He showed me Isaiah 32 after the 2012 elections. He showed that to me. But I'm sitting on the side porch. I don't know, it's been a couple of years, it's been longer than that. It's been 3-4 years maybe now. Time's flying, man. I'm getting older and older. But he was sitting on the side porch, not even thinking about this garbage. And God spoke one word into my spirit: legitimacy. That's what Isaiah 32, 5-8 is talking about. It's talking about the villainy of liberal thinking had gained legitimacy. These people no longer hide their garbage, people. They no longer hide their intentions to overrun and control. They no longer hide it. Why not? Because they've been given legitimacy. Ignorance of truth and honor and justice. Ignorance gave that garbage legitimacy. Ignorance. Ignorance gave it legitimacy. Ignorance. I don't care if you got a friggin' PhD behind your name. I don't care if you got a doctorate. I don't care who you are, who you think you are. I don't care what you are, what you think you are. Ignorance gave that garbage legitimacy. And now you look at our country. You look at our government. You look at our government. Listen, Donald Trump is the reason this nation is doing as good as it is right now, because God said He would give us a fearless man that would lead. He's basically brought this nation to where it's at today in its growth and its prosperity and its hope, almost by himself. Almost by himself. The Republican Party's helped him some, but you got some of the Republicans that are kicked up their heels again. John McCain, McCarthy, Paul Ryan. Some of those Republicans kicked their heels up against him. Even Mitch McConnell right now said we're not going to trash the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. The Obamacare was put in place, people. As soon as Obama got in office, it was set up, written up, put in place for the sole purpose to let socialism take control of this nation. There's a lot of garbage in the background. That, what was it, 1,300 pages? A lot of garbage. And Sarah Palin told them, it's got death panels in it. You can't do that. It's got death panels in it. Oh, it don't do it. They hollered all this stuff after it was voted in. Then it was proven. There was pages, there was things back in the background where the Affordable Care Act would give the government or doctors the right to pull your assistance from you. Your medical, they could stop treatment. England's been doing it for years. That deal around the little boy here, about 4 or 5 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago, little English boy, they say terminal illness. They quit treating him. The mom and dad's, God, they're dying for their kid to be treated. It's tearing them apart. Then we find out there's a medical facility in Italy said, give him to us, we'll treat him. Who knows? It might have been experimental. It might have been this. It might have been that. But it was assistance. It was help. It was help. The mom and dad said, let us take him to Italy. They said they would fly up there and get him and bring him back and they'd treat him. They said no. England said no. Listen, England's medical assistant said, no, you're not going to treat this British citizen. You're not going to treat this little boy. We're going to let him die. We're going to let him die. People, that is what Obamacare is about. Obamacare has got to be trashed. Every friggin' bit of it's got to be trashed. And if they go do something, bring it from the ground up. Obamacare was written up through Gruber, the architect of Obamacare. He admitted it when Obama was in office. He admitted that Obamacare was a deception. Why is Mitch McConnell saying we're not going to trash Obamacare? Obamacare needs to be trashed. It needs to be burnt down. If they want to do something. Obamacare's got to go because it's got evil written in the words. But the reason they won't do something because they're ignorant. They're ignorant. Obamacare has been given legitimacy. It was a deception that has been given legitimacy. The lie against Donald Trump, the dossier, was a deception that has been given legitimacy. I know what I'm telling you, people. I know what I'm telling you. I'm not blowing into the wind. I know what I'm telling you. This has got to be cut off. Right now, the Democratic Party, they need to be lined up and shot. Just friggin' shot. They are the enemy of the American people. You may not realize it, but right now what's going on in the Democratic Party, they are the enemy of man. They are the enemy of man. It's pitiful. Literally, I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around that you actually have people in your own government that you pay big money. You offer them the best of medical. You give them travel expenses. You give them this. Give them all this stuff. Then they get up there and they abuse the office, the trading, insider trading. These politicians, because of who they are, they can make deals on Wall Street with secret information that you and I, little peon Joes, don't have. They call it insider trading. It's not moral. It's not just. It's not honorable. There's nothing kosher about it. But yet, it's not illegal. It's legal for them to do that. It's legal for them to have secrets in the background and make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. But it's not illegal. That's what, listen, they've been making millions of dollars. You got people up there been there for 20 years. At tops, even after expenses, they shouldn't be worth maybe 10 million. Maybe. 10, 7, 5 maybe. After expenses and everything. But they're worth $170 million. How did it happen? What took place? They use their office for gain. They use their office and the authority and power of that office for gain. That's the same people. Listen, that's the same people up right there. Right there. That's the same people that are resisting Donald Trump. Donald Trump ran a campaign. We're going to drain the freaking swamp. There's corruption there. We know it. Let's get it out so we can be a great nation again. That was what he ran on. He said we're gonna stop the illegal immigrants. He's done everything he could to stop it. But look what the Democratic Party has done. They're trying to steal your rightful legal vote and give it to an illegal. To give it to criminals. Come on, people. Jeez. Come on. Get off of it. Share this post. People, listen, I got friends around me. I've got family. Share this post, okay? Just share it. Just share it. Send it to friends across the state lines. Send it here. Send it there. Send it every place you can. This is just a regular old, plain old, everyday Joe trying to speak the truth to you. That he knows is taking place. That he knows is true. Share it. The Barr investigation. You remember I've told you before, even about the Mueller investigation. I said it was corrupt. I said even then, for the last 2 years, I've told you, we need justice. We need justice. Let justice be served. I'll be content when I know justice is served, not when opinions are served and ideas and wants and desire. When justice is served, then I can be content because that gives me a shot at life. Okay? When justice is served. Justice is not an opinion or a desired outcome. Justice is something that is served by truth. It's served by factual truth. Not by what people say or what people want, as the Democratic Party wants to portray. That's not justice, people. That's garbage. Those people have been caught up in lies. Big time. Big time. That's not justice. What they want is not justice, people. They were started down a path. They was already on the path. But when Barack Obama got in office, he chose to be the face to drive it. Drive it. He chose to be corrupt. He chose to be villainous and vile. He chose it. He chose to drive it, to be the head of it. He's still talking to people. He's no longer in office, but yet he's out here doing pep rallies. John Kerry's doing pep rallies. He was caught in corruption. James Comey's caught in corruption. He's doing pep rallies. Eric Holder's doing pep rallies. You got how many of those freaking Democrats up there now? Running for office now. He's a bunch of them now. Looks like a doggone a stampede of deranged hogs or something. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. They're on a path, people, that has no good end. There is no good end to what they're doing. There is no good end. You have to realize that. There is no good end to what they're doing. You're not going to fare well under that. 2020's coming. Vote against it. You got a good man in office right now. Donald John Trump is our duly elected president. The Mueller report proved it. It proved it. Get behind your president. That is your responsibility as a citizen. If you're not a citizen, get your puss off my soil. You have no business here. You choose not to be a citizen, leave. Leave. You entertainers, you said you was going to leave, get your puss out. Get your puss out. You ball players, you don't want to be a citizen, you don't want to act like an American citizen, get your puss out. You might be strong, you might be able to run faster than me, jump higher than me, handle the ball better than me, but you don't belong here. Get your puss out. Sick of you people. You ain't nothing but a bunch of snots. You're a bunch of snots. Snots. Get your puss off my soil. My family and my bloodline fought to keep this place. Share the post, people. Share the post. American citizens, patriots need to be getting pissed off. You should be getting really pissed. Just like me. You know, we've even seen reports now that a lot of the news media is bought off. You hear that? That they've been bought off. We've seen reports of that. What CNN, some of the CNN had been bought off. The Obama administration had bought some of them off back when he was in office. I seen reports on that back. Oh Lord, I don't know. Well, that's probably been 3, 4, 7 years ago now. But you can watch the way these people act. It makes no difference, people. They resist anything that's honorable. It's really sad. Like I said, it's hard to wrap your mind around what's going on right now. To think that these people would be this vile in our nation. After all we've went through and after all we've done for this nation to be an honorable leader in the world, and to have this garbage can thinking. I drove an old garbage truck once. Sometimes we'd empty you seen the garbage truck back up to these old big barrels or canisters, dumpsters what they are. They'd back up to you turn that old canister up and they'd dump garbage in there. But sometimes it would come in and it'd be full of water too. You'd dump that on that truck and that old water and garbage, just vile, ugly looking stuff, man. You're unreal. almost as bad as sewer. It probably is worse than sewer. You got right onto it. But you know, it's hard to tell what all's in it. But I think that we have broadcasters in this nation today that the thoughts of their mind ain't much different than that. I'm serious, people. If they resist truth, they resist honor, they resist justice, they resist an outcome of discretion and uprightness. That's what their minds are. It's that old water-filled garbage. It smells like something. It's unreal. It's rolling around in their minds. So help me. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. But share the post. America, you've got to realize what is going on now in the Democratic Party. It's not political. It's sheer, literal, ugly evil. Sheer, literal, ugly evil. It's no more political, people. It's gone past that. They are upholding every damnable thing in the world. They're burning to the ground. And they're reaching for every vote they can get. Any and every vote they can get. They don't care to what their extremes to get those votes. Makes no difference to them. They are lying to you. They're cheating you, the American citizen. They are cheating the American citizen. God give us a man prophesied years ago, years back, long before he even said he was going to run for president. Men and women of God prophesied. God said he was giving us a man, a fearless man that would fight. And when Donald Trump ran, he said, we're going to drain the swamp. We're going to drain the corruption. We're going to get rid of the garbage and get this nation back on its feet again. He's slowly doing that. And it's working. It's working. Our economy's picking up. It's doing great. It's doing great. But how many of them's telling you? How many of these liberal medias are telling you? They do not want you to know the truth. People, share the post. Share the post. Get behind your president. That is your responsibility as a citizen of the United States. You don't want to do that? Leave. You have no business here. You don't want to do that? You have no right to be here. Listen, the right to be an American citizen is to think American. Listen, this nation was founded on truth and honor. That fairness would be accepted as long as an honorable justice settled the outcome. If you can't think that way, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. Share the post, people. Share the post.